This is day 92. Heroics do not scale. There's a moment in the life of every growing organization when the hero becomes the problem. Not because the hero is incompetent or unwilling, but because the need for a hero at all signals something broken in the foundation. The company that survives on last-minute saves, on the one person who knows how everything works, on the late-night scramble that pulls victory from the jaws of disaster, is not a company that has arrived. It is a company that is still fighting for its life. In the beginning, this is not only acceptable, but necessary. The early days of any venture are chaotic by design. There is no playbook, there is no process, there is only the work. And the job demands everything. The team is small, the resources are thin, the margin for error is non-existent. In that environment, heroics are not a failure of planning. They are a price of survival. The person who stays up all night to fix the broken system, who makes the impossible sale, who holds the whole operation together with sheer will is not showing off, they are keeping the lights on. But there comes a point when the heroics stop being a feature and start being a warning. When the same person is always the one who saves the day, when the same fires keep burning, when the small problems keep requiring the same dramatic interventions, something deeper is wrong. The organization has not learned, it is not built, it has not moved from survival to endurance. The difference between a company that is still forming and a company that has arrived is not the absence of problems. Problems will always exist. The difference is in how those problems are handled. In a mature organization, excellent outcomes happen predictably. Success is not a surprise. It is not the result of one person pulling a miracle out of thin air. It is the result of a system that works even when no one is watching. This is not glamorous. Systems are invisible. The process does not get applause. The person who quietly prevents a problem from happening in the first place does not get the same recognition as the person who dramatically solves it at the last second. But that is the point. The goal is not to create opportunities for heroism. The goal is to make heroism unnecessary. When a company has truly arrived, a few things become true. Problems are anticipated instead of reacted to. Knowledge is distributed, not trapped in one person's head. Wins are repeatable, not dependent on a single heroic effort. People go home at reasonable hours because the system did the heavy lifting. No one has to save the day because the day was never on fire in the first place. Heroics are expensive. They do not scale. They burn people out. They create a culture where the loudest, most dramatic effort is rewarded. At the same time, the quiet, steady work that prevents the need for drama is overlooked. And worse, they create a fragile organization. If your best days require heroics, your worst days are one resignation away from failure. The shift from heroics to systems is not a rejection of effort, it is a redirection of effort. It is the recognition that the same energy that goes into putting out fires can be used to build fire breaks. The same intelligence that goes into solving the same problem over and over could be used to solve it once and for all. The same courage that goes into last-minute saves could be used to design a structure that no longer requires them. This is the quiet work of maturity. It is not exciting, it is not visible, it is not the stuff of war stories, but it is the work that separates the companies that survive from the companies that endure. Heroics are how you survive, systems are how you endure. The ancient mariner knew this. He did not wait for the storm to arrive before checking the rigging. He did not wait for the wind to die before he prepared the sails. He kept the ritual because the ritual was the structure that held him together when the ocean tried to pull him apart. The ritual was not heroic, it was steady, it was predictable, it was the thing that made heroism unnecessary. So when the voice rises and says, "I will just plow through it," do not listen. The voice is pride talking, the voice is fear disguised as confidence. The real work is quieter, it is the decision to build the system today, to trust that small steps will carry you across the distance. It is the choice to be consistent instead of heroic. It is the discipline to show up, not just when the deadline looms, but every day before it arrives. That is what works, not the push, but the practice.